Hi, I'm Bart, co-founder and head brewer at Whiskeytown Brewing. Been brewing for like 10 years now.
Hi, my name is Stacey, and I am somewhat new to the beer scene, I would say. A couple years into it. I know way more about wine than I do beer. That's the fun part.
Hello, my name is Amy, and I am from Whiskeytown Brewing, and I am Beertender extraordinaire.
Okay, Stacey, so I put in front of you a beer.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you some questions about it. I'm going
Okay.
to ask you what style you think it is.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you what flavor notes you're getting. I'm going to ask you what the ABV you think it is. And I'm going to ask you where it's brewed.
Okay.
How confident are you in your skills to identify those things?
0.
All right.
Maybe like 5%.
How well do you think you can identify things going on in a beer you know nothing about? Things like the style, flavor notes, ABV, and maybe even where it's brewed.
I may be able to could pick out style. ABV, maybe close. Where it's brewed. I can give it a shot.
All right, Amy, in your time spent beer tending, you've probably had a couple beers. I want to see how well you can do identifying a beer knowing nothing about it. I'm going to ask you to name the style. I'm going to ask you for the flavor notes. I'm going to ask you for the ABV. And I'm going to ask you where it's brewed. Just go ahead, take your drink, and let your process start.
Cheers.
It smells good. Oh my goodness, I don't know what the heck, it's so good.
So yeah, drink as much as you want, smell,
Okay.
and take in everything.
It's pink. I see pink, and
Okay.
it's bubbly, which is really fun. It's got to be like a really, I don't know if I've had this style before.
Wow. I don't even know if I know where to go with this one. So slightly rose colored. Ooh, rose. Maybe that's what's in there. Rose. It's like almost like a tea kind of a flavor to it. Maybe it's rose.
I mean, again, I get like almost like a tea flavor. It's really refreshing. I really enjoy it.
Okay, so right off the bat, you taste with your eyes first. It's looking a little pinkish. My first smell and my first taste tells me it's light in ABV. It tastes like it's some sort of wine hybrid. It could just be my eyes telling me that. So I'm going to say the ABV is probably around 4.5 to 5.
It's like just very, very lightly sweet. ABV's got to be really easy. I would say maybe like a 3 or 4, 3.5%. I'm gonna say for ABV.
And what ABV do you think that thing's clocking in at?
Ooh. I'm gonna say it's like right in the 5 range. It's pretty low, most likely 5 to 5.2.
The style?
I'll give you some options.
Okay.
On the style, if you're ready.
I want options.
Are you ready to decide on the style, or do you need a little more research?
Okay. I want styles.
Okay. Your style options. Is it an IPA,
No.
a Belgian,
No.
or is it a sour?
No. Next.
It's one of those.
Okay, so then I would have to say it's a Belgian style beer, because it doesn't have the sour notes, and it's definitely not an IPA. No way.
Okay.
It's really nice and light. I would totally buy this beer. I would love to know what it is.
I don't know what style it is.
I think it don't know if it's a lager. It may not be a lager, actually. It's light. So it's like what do I call that? We'll call it a blonde, maybe.
Okay.
Kind of a blonde ale. It's got something like rose hips or some kind of tea or something in it. Maybe a tiny bit of mint, possibly.
The style? Oof. Okay, hang on. Hold up. I almost want to say cider, but I know it's not a cider. Cider beer hybrid. Closer to a lager of some sort and brewed in California.
If I had to pick where it was made, I would say it was made in like Paris, France.
Okay. and finally, where do you think that beer comes from?
This will be fun. Let's say it comes from Portland.
All right. Are you ready to find out what you've been drinking?
Sure.
Okay. You ready to find out what you've been drinking?
Yes.
All right. So you're saying Belgian style.
Belgian style.
You're saying ABV of 3.5.
Yep.
And you're saying brewed in Paris, France.
Paris, France. Yep.
Are you ready to find out
Yes.
what beer you're drinking?
Yes. Shut up! I recognize. Are you serious? Okay, I've never actually had this beer. My husband's bought it, and he bought it for his friend down the street, and they drink it all the time, and they love it. This is actually a really good beer. I'm impressed. And they're local. They're from Princeton.
Mm-hmm.
Princeton. I've never been there, but you guys are going to have to take me. Put your lips on a farmer. Oh, this is good. A pinkish hue. I got the pink right. Island spices I did not get right. Like honey.
But it is a Belgian style and has an ABV of 4.7%.
I was a little off.
But pretty close.
It's good beer. I really like this.
You just had the Farmers Brewing Company Daughter's Wit, a Belgian style ale with a pinkish hue and island spices. Farmers Brewing Company located in Princeton, California. This comes in at 4.7% ABV.
All right. Close enough.
Really? Yes. Okay.
You can pick that can up if you want.
That's a beer I've had before. So interesting. So it does have hibiscus. Island spices. I wonder if that's the tea sort of thing I was getting. It's interesting. Fun.